Welcome back to the Super Tuesday recap. This is your host, Kriss and Dpalm here, and this is gonna be a special show here. We're kind of combining two things here. We're gonna give you guys a preview of what our mailbag episodes are gonna be like at the beginning of this, and then the second half of the show is us going into what you guys are probably here for anyway. Our fall preview of all the DC and Marvel shows we're reviewing, or almost all of them, that we're going to be reviewing come this fall/winter. So,
/spring, let's be real.
/spring. We're going to be in there for the long haul, so I hope you guys are in for it too, because it's gonna be a lot of shit going on, guys. It's just going to be a lot of shit going on. First thing, I don't think there's any new reviews on here. Again, if you leave us a 5-star review on iTunes, we'll read it on air. I want to get some more housekeeping stuff done up front too as well, because there's going to be a lot of shit coming on. Like, when not only do we have the mailbag now going to be on the Super Tuesday stuff, and I'm letting you guys know. Well, I'll give that in a minute. We also have a couple other shows like Star Trek Discovery. We're going to be reviewing that 3 episodes at a time. And that's going to go on the Super Tuesday feed as well. We're expanding what Super Tuesday covers, so that's going to be on there. I know The Punisher, when that comes out, either next month or November, Shanna and the Doctor are going to be doing Black Lightning, and I'm not sure yet, and I'm not dragging Dpalm into this. I might get somebody else to do this. I might give The Gifted the Star Trek Discovery treatment, and I might review it in 3-episode chunks. Like, I'm not sure. It comes out on Monday. We'll see.
Oh, I thought it was out. Okay.
So here's the thing, man. Like, and we'll talk about this later. I'm actually more excited for The Gifted than I am for watching and reviewing Inhumans.
No, don't do that.
I'm not. We'll save that. We'll save that. We'll save that.
Before we get into the mailbag portion of the show, I want everyone to know that what you're about to hear is essentially what happens before we press record.
Yes. No, we literally just talk. no bullshit. We talk for about 15 to 20 minutes before we hit record. Yeah. And I was like, oh shit, we probably should have recorded this shit. So
it doesn't matter. I still feel the same way I did 20 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, no, we just repeat what we said before.
I'm still mad.
Yeah. You don't know, the anger's still there. So but anyway, you got it. I know a lot of people, you guys subscribe to our one feed, the MTR network feed, and I'm grateful for that. But you're going to probably want to start subscribing to each individual show coming up, because there's going to be so much content coming out, and we're not going to put everything on the main feed anymore. So, for instance, the mailbag episodes, those are going to be treated just like the Dpalm's weekly quick snaps for each week of the NFL season. They're going to be treated just like that, and they're only going to be on the Super Tuesday feed. So if you want to hear the mailbag episodes where we discuss things like comic books, reader questions, or just general stuff, maybe even movie stuff sometimes when it comes to comic book movies, you're going to want to subscribe to the Super Tuesday feed, because that's going to fall under on that feed only. And every now and then we might release a big one. We might release it to the main feed, but that's just to keep, because it's going to, I'm telling you guys, we haven't even gotten to, we put it on a hiatus right now because he got a new job. We haven't even gotten to Jack's show. Like, Jack still has his show coming out. So there's going to be so much stuff that's going to be going on the feed. It's really important for you to go out there and subscribe to each individual feed. They're all there. They're all on Google. They're on Stitcher. They're on iTunes. You can get them anywhere. I'm actually going to create a post so that if you have a problem and don't know how to get these shows onto your phone or onto your device, I'll have a post on the site that you can go to find out just how to do that. You're going to want to do that, because that's where how a lot of these bonus episodes and extra episodes are going to be coming, just because we're expanding and it's just getting to be too much. Like, by the time we finish the week, the episode we put on Sunday won't probably even be on your feed. Like, at least not on the, cause you know, when you look at like your iTunes, app, it'll show you like the last 5 episodes. The episode review we put out on Sunday won't be there on Friday, because it's just, there's too many things. It's too much. So subscribe to each individual show. That's the best way to go about it. And go from there. And then also the Patreon account. Either do the Patreon, so MTR Network, go to patreon.com/MTR Network, or go to mtrnetwork.net and sign up for the premium there. Again, that is how we get all the equipment. It's how we go to Next week, we're going to New York Comic Con, Phenomenon. We're hoping, I've already put in our mine and Dpalm's applications for San Diego Comic Con. How we pay for all that stuff is through your through premium. So either through the site or through Patreon. Either way, sign up and help us, and we'll go from there. So, all right, man, you ready to get into this? The preview kind of our teaser of what the mailbag is going to be like.
Let's do this.
So a couple things with them. So when we're going to do the mailbag is we're going to be doing a lot of our comic book talk there. And there's also going to be some things that we toss back and forth. Like I just wrote an article, and I guess this ties in kind of to the first comic book issue we want to talk about. I'm writing an article. We'll hopefully have it out around the same day that this episode hits the feeds. We're kind of, we're fixing. I think we're going to do an entire series of this, fixing the DCEU. Because I have a lot of thoughts on how they can actually fix this shit. And the first thing,
and this is good because you're going to be helpful. But I want to just come in right now. We're not giving them all our ideas. Like the check must come.
Oh no, these are to me, I feel like these are the no-brainers.
These are slam dunks.
These are slam dunks. Like, for instance, the first slam dunk I have is, there's all this talk about, Matt Reeves' Batman film. I mean, you've been talking about this. Yo, Robin needs to be in the film. It's long past due. It is long past due. And when you really think about it, dude, when was the last time we had a live action Robin film? Or a live action Robin in a film?
I'm going to say never because Chris O'Donnell never happened.
Thank you. You know what? You know what I actually realized, and this is in the article, and it made me feel a little. It made me feel funny saying this. Outside of Burt Ward, and Adam West back in the '60s, the last time we had anything close to a Batman and Robin on screen, Big Daddy and Hit Girl, and Kick Ass.
That's exactly what that was.
Like, and what really got me was Chloe Moretz was 13 when she did that film. They actually cast, because Chris O'Donnell was 25. They actually did it better than the actual Batman and Robin film. And that immediately made me sad. Like, dude, there's just too many reasons why you need to have Batman in this film. Again, go to the site. We'll have the article up there. You can read it. But this will kind of go into, it's such an amazing timing for this. What was the issue? What Detective Comic issue is it? What number is it?
As far as I'm concerned, it's number 1. It's the reset. It's True Rebirth.
It's yeah. We like it. I'll let Dpalm really get into. He's been really excited to talk about this, but it really gets into why Robin matters, and why Batman needs Robin, and why Robin exists. And one of the things I've always you remember one of the things you complained about with BVS was that they were doing the funeral scene again.
Yes.
And it seems like they've done that. Gotham is still going on with their S&M Batman, whatever the fuck this thing is. They're supposed to be doing with this young actor. It seems like they always are trying to find a way so that they give the people who have never seen Batman before, hey, how did this young kid go out to be Batman? Like, we need to show the death. We need to show all this stuff. And I'm like, why don't you show him interacting with a Robin?
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne interacting.
Foil.
Bruce Wayne interacting with a Robin gives you an insight into that particular aspect of young Bruce Wayne. Like, that's just what it is. So why do you keep going back to show Bruce's upbringing, show him raising a Robin, and you get the same thing?
One of the most compelling lines in Young Justice, which you haven't seen yet.
I have seen
is
Young
at one
Justice.
point. Have you seen it all?
I've seen Young Justice.
That's all right. All right. There's a lot of stuff you haven't seen. I'm just looping it all together now. There's a great line in Young Justice when Wonder Woman says about Batman taking in Dick Grayson and saying, you indoctrinated him so he'd become like you. And she said, no, I let him fight crime so he wouldn't become like me.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And why can't that hit the screen, man?
That's what you need. Like, they always are showing us this brooding, solitary Batman, which honestly only exists when he's grieving. Because if you really think about it, we're doing research for our Batgirl, and I'm reading through all this, and I'm like he's never alone. Like he's like Batman has a family. Like I'm going through the Batgirl stuff with Cassandra Cain, and I'm like, he literally adopts her. Like he's running a child factory. He's got like 5 kids. Like,
he adopted Tim. He retroactively adopted Jason and Dick.
Right.
Because when you say someone's your ward in the, I guess, the 40s, that's an adopted son.
Right.
And then you watch them all interact. Like watching the 4 Robins interact is absolute comic gold. Yeah, it's great. They call each other the Brady. They all have the Brady girls' names, and they call Damian Cousin Oliver. And it's Marcia, Jan, and the other one. Mm-hmm. Cindy. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's what it is, and it's like there's so much there. And here's the thing, DC is in such a thing about being different. What is more different than this? We've never seen this Batman before. We've never seen this kind of interaction before with this Batman since, honest, as campy as it was, Adam West and Burt Ward, they actually got it.
Kriss, we've never seen a real sidekick in the movie.
No, never. Not even a Marvel side.
That's like well, Marvel didn't do teen sidekicks for a long time because Stan thought it was unrealistic.
Exactly, but even if you think about it, like Bucky wasn't.
Yeah, oh no, they definitely there've been exceptions, and Bucky was always the exception, and then they retconned him into not just being a sidekick, but like a boy spy.
But what I'm saying, even in the movie though, they didn't make Bucky that. They made him best friends, and say like, come on, like you want to be different. What better way to be different than the obvious? It's Batman and Robin. Nobody honestly, people go Batman. Okay, yeah, but where's Robin? Like it's peanut butter and jelly, Yeah. I'm having a jelly sandwich. Okay, where's the peanut butter at, yo? You gonna put the peanut butter on there? I'm just having you know what I'm having? I'm having you know what? This is what it is. Batman with no Robin is a peanut butter sandwich.
Damn.
The roof of your mouth is just like nigga. Like that is that. I've done that before. Like I've had we struggle sometimes. You have a peanut butter sandwich, and like it's not gonna be that bad. It's like, and you start chewing in it, and you're like, it's kind of dry, man. Kind of dry. Kind of wish there was some, something to go on the other side of that. And that's what Batman and Robin are. Is PB and J, yo. You need the J. You need the. Come on, But
in this week's Detective Comics 965 proved it.
Yeah.
It reminded us one more time. So this is a comic book that I've been kind of waiting on because I look at solicits and I saw the cover and I was like, come on. And I saw the title of the issue. I was like, come on. And for those of you who've heard our Tim Drake character corner, one of the end of the show, I have a lot of qualms with how Tim Drake was written in New 52. Mm-hmm. And the way it was written in New 52 was that Tim Drake was a kid who wanted to be Robin, who was pestering Batman, who was doing everything he could to figure out Batman's identity. He went so far as to steal from the Penguin, which made him a target of the Penguin. So when Batman saved him and his family, his parents went under witness protection, and this kid gained a new identity as Tim Drake.
Damn, you know what? Wrong. You know what? I had to erase that from my mind so much, I completely forgot about that. I was like, it's so wrong. I did not accept that. That my brain was like, no. Yeah.
Okay, so, and for a while, I couldn't verbalize why it was wrong, but when we did the character corner, it helped me get there. The core of Tim Drake is not the is not the kid who wanted to be Robin. It's the kid that knew Batman needed one.
Yes.
Lonely Place in Dying is the original storyline. And I mean, I can't talk about this without talking about, it's so weird because what they've done here, T and Eddie Barrows have taken shot by shot the first appearance of Tim Drake in a Batman comic book and recreated it in 2017.
Yeah.
They've gotten to the core of who Tim Drake is. And at that core is not a kid who said, I need to be Robin. He says, no. He originally tracks down Dick Grayson and says, I know you're Robin. I know you were Robin. I know you're Nightwing.
Yo, just read the panel. It's the first panel. Because I'm going to put this panel. This panel is going into our Robin article because it nails it. And it's Dick talking. Is Tim talking to Dick? He's like, Dick, you know as well as I do that he hasn't been acting right since Jason died. And Dick's like, okay, what's going on? You know, it's like, look, I know you're Nightwing. You used to be Robin. Then Jason Todd became Robin. Then he died. Bruce Wayne went to pieces. Dick, don't you see? He needs Robin. He needs him to remember what he used to be.
Look, man.
This is, and it's not wrong. And here's the thing, to take it back to the movie thing, this perfectly fits into why Batman didn't feel like the Batman in BVS, right? And if you want to change the tone of the films like you want to, the easiest way to do it, bring in a Robin, particularly Tim Drake, to bring Batman out of the darkness. I think at one point he says in here, he's like, listen, the darkness has always been there, but the Robs will keep him from that.
Right.
Keep him from going too far.
Purpose.
That is the purpose of the Robin, right? It's a two-way street here. Like, yeah, man, I read this entire issue and like,
and you get the logical way they explain, and just like in his very first appearance, they explain how Tim Drake figured out Dick was Robin.
This is easy as fuck. You're like, why did nobody else think about that?
No, but it's actually really kind of brilliant because when you walk away from the night the Graysons performed in Gotham, the memory is not the kid performing the quadruple somersault.
Yeah, right. It's the fact that they died.
It's the family getting murdered.
Right.
But Tim Drake, being who he was, remembered seeing it live, and he saw Robin do it on a video of the news. He said, "I figured out that Robin appeared 6 months after Dick Grayson was adopted by Batman. Dick Grayson was Robin, and Batman had to be Bruce Wayne." He said that the ties are there if you go from that starting point.
Yeah, he's like, if you assume the premise that Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson are Batman and Robin, from there it's just trivial, right? But you got to get to that point first, though, right? And most people couldn't get to that point, but Tim could. So yeah,
and when he's being questioned by, I'm not going to spoil the rest of DC Comics' big plan here. When he's being questioned by his fellow captive, apparently, whatever. He's being pushed on, why did you want to help? Why did you have to help? He says, because someone had to.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been the defining characteristic of Tim Drake. It's not the there was a line prior to Identity Crisis, but where Wally's talking about watching Tim as Robin, says it's not like Dick or Bruce. There's no big gasping hole driving it. It's just a need to do good.
Mm-hmm.
And that's always been Tim Drake. And another thing is that the New 52 Tim Drake, you got to remember, was never Robin.
Oh, damn it, man! Why you gotta? Oh.
See, I'm telling you, dude.
I'm trying to get that out of my mind.
It matters.
Yeah,
so
it does. It
they
does.
do a very explicit job in this issue showing Tim in the Robin suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here's my problem. I am the happiest man on the internet tonight because Tim Drake. They reestablished why he's the greatest Robin. However,
how's DC gonna fuck it up?
DC just hand waved the continuity they reset 3 years ago. And no one will take them to task.
Of course not, man. Come on.
They say Marvel does events, DC does more or as many. They say Marvel erases their history. Get out of my fucking face. The rub with DC Comics is they know that as long as they go back to the thing that you've been told that you've loved for so long, they can do anything.
Yeah, they can.
And they never have to explain how it reverts. I just read an interview with James Tynion, who wrote this.
Mm-hmm.
He said, yeah, the old origin from New 52 wasn't Tim Drake. What do you mean? Of course it wasn't. You can't just on the fly change. And I'm sure they'll do it with some Dr. Manhattan spoilers, hand waving.
Literal hand waving.
Literal hand waving, because last time it was Superboy punches, which do not get me started. but that's the past they've earned somehow. DC's got these iconic core of their characters, and when they find writers who nail them, they do it. But they let people who don't get it get their hands on their toys too often. They're not protective enough. I shouldn't be celebrating Tim Drake's origin from 1994.
Well, I mean, let's go back to why everybody thinks Rebirth, and I'm not saying that Rebirth isn't good, but the reason why people think Rebirth is so good, it is great. But the reason why it's great is because they just went back to their old shit.
Exactly.
I mean, because we were nerds about Rebirth before, and then we realized, oh my God, they brought Wally back. You had me. And it's like, well, fuck.
You could have said Dan Didio came from the sky, revealed himself as God in the universe, and brought back Wally. And I'd be like, fine.
Fuck it. All right, we're doing
whatever,
it.
Wally's back. Let's go.
But this is the funny thing, right? Because, like, all right, Miles. All right, if you don't want to be spoiled on one of the things that's actually been spoiled about, Marvel Legacy, then close your ears, listeners, right now. But it's why when I saw people like upset over Marvel Legacy and then bringing Wolverine back, I'm like, y'all can't be fucking serious right now.
They're super serious.
Because that's literally the point of Rebirth. Like, somebody pointed out, I saw somebody else point out, like, the Superman you're reading right now is not the Superman of New 52. They were like, they did the same
thing. They brought this Superman back, killed him. They somehow worked history together where the other guy never existed. It's the weirdest shit. Like, if you're paying attention to DC Comics, it makes zero sense.
Look, we did our Hawkman character corner. Remember, Carter Hall came back and then died.
I refuse to call Hawkman indicative of DC.
But it's true though, right?
Outlier on all forms of media.
But is it though? Because remember, they had their New 52 Hawkman was Carter Hall. They brought him back. They just killed him. Now they're bringing Carter Hall back. It's like, it's just like, it's the same thing you've been doing. Like, you're going back to your old stuff again, and you're literally, it's a soft reboot and a soft reset, but you're resetting everything back to normal. Did they ever explain how Barbara started walking again?
Yes, like weirdly.
I know. That was a teaser for our character corner, but I'm just saying, it's like I don't understand how people like one but don't like the other. I'm like, they both do the same thing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like, literally, you're cheering one company for doing the same thing another company does. But I'll be honest, sometimes Marvel does do a lot better because they don't erase the history. It's still there.
Evidenced by everything that happened this week in Marvel Comics.
Yeah, like if you go and read Legacy, if you read the shout out to people who say that their Captain America is black, but then they didn't write about Black Captain America in their Secret Empire like articles. Well, I don't know what that shit's about, but whatever.
I'm not doing that tonight. I told you I'm not talking about that.
No, we're not doing that. But like, I read the Generations article issue with Captain America, and then I read the Marvel Legacy #1, and let me tell you, it all matters. Like, what they do with Sam Wilson in his Generation issue is truly amazing. They tied into the end because Nick Spencer writes it. I guess it's Nick Spencer.
It's his farewell to Cap.
It's his farewell to Cap, and
last issue. It
again makes Sam matter, and it literally kind of in a way makes Sam the driving force of, some of Captain Steve's biggest decisions, even down to the point of you got to read it. It's really
eloquently done.
It's really eloquently done. I really enjoyed it, and it shows you why Sam matters. And I know some people are going to be upset because hey, Sam's giving up the shield. But did you catch this? You didn't read Legacy yet. Well, you kind of read Legacy, or you did.
I know about what happened.
So there's 2 shields, right?
Yep.
Because it's the small things nobody picks up. So Steve has his shield back because at the end of the Generations issue, that's how Steve gets it back. Sam gives Steve the shield back and moves on. But in the Legacy issue, Sam is fighting with Thor, Jane Foster, and Ironheart, and they're in a former shield facility. And one of the Frost Giants they're fighting falls into a crate, and there's another prototype Captain America shield in there that looks like the regular shield. And Sam picks it up, and so he has that shield too. There are now 2 shields. Now, I know that this new Falcon book is coming out, and it's going to be Falcon. I still have not totally given him the idea that Sam somehow doesn't pick up the shield again.
Look, but the thing
and
is,
if he doesn't, it's fine. If he does,
he goes by a different name, it's fine.
Right.
I want to say this: people, the pushback now of they never took Sam seriously and they never gave him a chance. Motherfucker, he's been Captain America for 5 fucking years.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it.
5 years. You never gave him a chance. Did we all know because of how comic books work, particularly Big 2, that eventually Steve was getting the shield back and the name? Of course we did. We're not stupid. But did you know that Dick Grayson wasn't going to say Batman when he was Batman? Holy shit.
Which, by the way, still, I was reading some stuff for Batgirl, and, that came up again. I'm like, I forgot how much I liked actually having.
He's my favorite Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's my favorite Batman. I'm sorry. But he also got lots less trash to cut through to talk about it.
Right.
But where was I? God, I lost it.
Well, I'll say this. It's just like, here's the thing, though. You're gonna buy that Falcon book, though, aren't you?
Oh,
so that's the thing that gets me.
Elevated Sam Wilson.
Like if 5 years ago they told you, hey, we're putting a Falcon book out, how many of you guys were gonna pick up that book? Almost none of you. Now they got a Falcon book. It's written, got a black art author, and he's gonna be writing the Falcon book. You're all gonna go out there and fucking buy that book.
As well, you should. It looks like it's gonna be great.
It does look like it's gonna be great. So I'm like, I'm sorry, but to me, mission accomplished. Hey, am I gonna? If he picks up the shield again, well, I'm gonna be sad. No, because again, I'm not Captain America. But if he doesn't, he's still Falcon, and you know what? He's doing it on his own. He's like, when you read the Generations issues, you see Sam is, for the first time, he's content. He doesn't feel like he's somebody else. He doesn't feel like living up to somebody else's legacy. He doesn't feel like he's somebody's sidekick. He's happy with who he is. And like I said, you got to read that Generations issue. It's really good. When we come on the next mailbag, we'll really dig into it a little bit more. But yeah, check that shit out. So
it's a pretty good preview there.
Yeah, pretty good. Oh, and the last thing we got to say, it's going to be real quick, and then we'll get into I know you guys are waiting for it. We'll get into our fall preview. Nigga, we definitely got to have a talk about that infamous Iron Man.
Yeah, not right now, but yes. And also, I need you to read Jessica Jones. Like I know.
I know. It's just,
Chris, when I tell you it ties directly into Secret Wars.
Okay, I gotta pick it. There's so many books.
And by the way, that Secret Wars, the thing that happened in Legacy was seeded in the last issue of Secret Wars.
Yeah, you're right. You talking about Legacy with
space.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
The United States of Space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's get to these previews.
All right, so let's jump into this. So we're gonna save the Marvel stuff for last. We're gonna start with the DC TV stuff. We're gonna start with the Flash first, and get into this stuff. So let's see. So my first thing is the big thing I'm interested in seeing with the Flash right now is how they rebound in season 4 from that terrible season 3. Like,
yeah, I mean,
that's the biggest thing to me. And I think they do. I think they will.
One of the biggest thing is they've missed the landing so badly.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when you miss a landing that badly, you're going to make people nervous for the next season.
Well, that and colors aren't repeating of the whole season. Like, there were good points in that season.
Oh, yeah.
We got Wally as Kid Flash. Like, there are a lot of good, we get 3 speedsters running together twice.
I think it starts off really strong. I think it falls apart at the end.
It falls apart. It's not the best structured season. We've all talked about it, but I do think that there was some good flashes, and I'm excited for them to go away from the speedster villain.
Yes.
I'm really excited for some of the stills we've seen, some of the news that's coming out. I'm excited they're finally going to advance some stories that they're kind of tread the water with. It feels like this could be a transformative season for the Flash. I'm here for it.
Well, I mean, so first of all, let me say, I love the fact that it seems like they're jumping right in with the wedding. We know Barry's not, disappeared in the last season. Doesn't look like they're going to fuck around with that too long, to the point that we know that the crossover, I think, is five episodes in or something like that. Yeah. And they're doing the crossover. They're doing the big, and we'll say that for last when we finish talking about all these shows. But we know the crossover is early. The Crisis on Earth X. So that's early, and that's during the wedding. So they're not fucking around with that shit at all, which tells me right away, good, because last season I think they're trying to drag some of those storylines out, and it's like, come on, get to the point. We know what's going to happen with there. One thing I will say about this is I think that most of these shows, when a show has a really, really down season and most fans weren't happy with it, most times with these CW shows, they bounce back really hard and they bounce back really strong. And I'll say this, looking at some of the new, even if they're just like temporary cast members they're bringing into this next season, this might be like, this is a really good set of people. I mean, you're getting Danny Trejo and as Breacher, as Gypsy's father. I'm really excited about Katie Sackhoff as Blacksmith.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's gonna be great. They're adding in I can't remember who the guy's playing him, but is playing the elongated man, Ralph Digby. So I think that they have a strong supporting cast here, and I think by not having the speedster villain, and again if you bring in the Blacksmith. Do you think these finally supposed to get the proper rogues?
You know what, maybe, because like Blacksmith is infamous for setting up the new rogues and little rogue war going, and we know Captain Cold's coming back because Wentworth Miller can't be kept off television by forces of nature.
Right, come on, what the fuck?
And so I just think that you're right. I think this could be a really good season for the Flash. I think that it's going to be above all else different from what we've seen.
Yeah, me too. And I think this is what the show needed. I mean, to me, because even if you think about it with Arrow had its third season was kind of a dip as well and had its problem. I think the fourth season was better, and but people gave it don't give it enough credit for it. And then the fifth season, obviously, it was one of their better seasons after like 1 and 2. So I can see the Flash coming back really, really strong here, and yeah, I think the other thing that helps with it is this is going to be the first time for Flash, Arrow, Legend of Tomorrow, and Supergirl where there's no major moves coming. Like, yeah, they're bringing in Black Lightning, but Black Lightning's already been said that, hey, we're not bringing that into this world. It's going to be on its own, and it's a mid-season show, so they're not even forcing a tie-in with that one right now. This is the first time I feel like every show has ability to focus on their show. Like we're not bringing like last season was bringing in Supergirl. Season before that it was Legend of Tomorrow and setting Legend of Tomorrow up before that. Before that it was Arrow and setting up the Flash. Like I feel like whenever they do that and they're bringing into other shows, some show, at least one of the shows on out of that suffers for it. This is the first season in a long time where everybody's kind of can come together for the crossover, but other than that, they don't need to set up anything else. You're not trying to carry a new show coming in, and I think that takes some pressure off of some of the writing rooms. And I know the writing rooms are different, but I also think that they also share a lot as well because you can just tell. You can tell when you can tell when certain talent isn't in the writing room because they're helping another writing room. I can just tell with the writing. So I think that the Flash will definitely benefit this because it had 2 great seasons, especially the first one. You know. So I'm really looking forward to this. You got any other predictions you got for the Flash?
No, I'm just really kind of here for it. I really am excited for them to try something new. It's, again, like, could you do another speedster? I guess, but it does feel like the show is in danger of getting stagnant. I'm glad they're addressing it now. Yeah. I mean, it's three speedsters in a row, and the last one kind of fell flat. It's time for something new. He literally fought himself. Let's do something else. Yeah, he literally fought himself. So at this time, it's time to bring something new. And and I will say this one thing too. I'm also hoping we finally. I mean, we're now getting into season 4. I need Barry to be a little bit more like sure of yourself. Like, I think that's what's going to happen coming out of Speed Force.
Yeah, me too. Like, they're what do they call it? Is that first episode called like Flash Reborn or something like that?
But I hope so. Probably Flash Rebirth if they're going to go.
I think it is Flash Reborn though. Hold on. Yeah, Flash Reborn is the first episode of the 4th season. So, yeah. I mean, let's hope. I mean, again, I expect him to have some problems coming out first, but I will say one interesting thing. And again, we'll talk more about the crossover when we get all the shows done. But Wally is not on the cover. Now maybe he moved to Keystone. Maybe he's over in Earth.
Or maybe having 2 speedsters in a crossover is a little bit overkill.
3 actually, because technically there's another speedster on the cover.
I'm saying you can't have 2 on one side.
True, yeah, that is a little over. Oh, so what I'm thinking is, I think he might just be on Earth 3 with Jesse. That's what I'm going with. He's getting,
or like once again, they're like, you're staying here. Someone's got to watch the store.
You're right. I'm just saying, why is it got to be Wally?
Because it's not his show yet.
You're right. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm just. All right. I'm just a little. I will say this is one of those things where, and we were talking about it with Batman and Robin and stuff like that. I do kind of wish they got somebody younger, because then it would have really made sense. I would have been like, okay, yeah. I mean, you're too young to go to Earth X where they're Nazis.
We'll talk about that when we get there.
Right. All right. Next show, Arrow. So what do we got with Arrow? Let's see. What did I have here for this one? I had. So I think this is the problem. The problem I see coming up with Arrow. Is there any way for season 6 to live up to what season 5 accomplished? Because I think this is kind of like going. I'm hoping it doesn't. It could go from like going from season 1 to season 2. I'm hoping it doesn't do season 2 to season 3.
Well, I think what's going to happen here is we've gotten a chance to literally wipe off. They've blown up the biggest ghost in the show.
Yeah,
they blew up the island. And we'll see how things shake out as far as who's back and who's not. Though we can guess a lot of people who are.
Yeah, Diggle's back. Dinah's back. We know Wild Dog and Curse are because they're on the fucking cover of that fucking crossover. Look, Will's mother is dead, and I'm just calling her Will's mother. I don't even know her name. She's dead.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And while I'm rooting for Felicity to be dead, there's no way they kill Felicity off on the show. So unfortunately, I don't think
there's no way they kill her off screen. They could kill her.
Yeah.
There's no way they kill her off screen. Yeah. But I think that this is a really good opportunity for the show to redefine itself. And I know that some of the actors have said that they've really felt energized working on this season, and I hope it shows while it comes through, because you can either say, oh, we did this huge dramatic ending and we fall back into the same old actions and behaviors, or you could actually have the story grow up a little bit. And I hope it grows up, because it looks like with Ollie the dad, we could be seeing a bit different from Ollie Queen.
Yeah,
and a different Green Arrow. Yeah,
I'm hoping that first of all, because I think they even said that they're not gonna. I think Stephen Amell, he was at some convention, he didn't do the opening because he was like, it might have spoilers in it. So I'm hoping that means they're going to come in and he's going to say he's the Green Arrow, and we're gonna really get with the Green Arrow bandwagon. I'm kind of torn on the Oliver as a father thing, just because it can either be good and bring us a new angle, or it can fall into a rut. So I'm hoping
Kriss. The kid's gonna die. I didn't
want to say it.
Why are we pretending this kid's gonna live to see the end of the season?
I didn't want to say it. All right.
You called him William. I was like, oh, little cannon fodder. Yeah, little cannon fodder. They're gonna fridge that kid. They're totally gonna fridge that kid. And I'm here. I'm fine with it. I've accepted it. Whatever.
Oh man. Yeah. So you know what? I'll save that one for because Damon Dark's daughter Eleanor is around, right? And I'm like,
let's talk about Legends then.
Well, wait, I'm not in the Legends yet, but I'm just saying, I'm looking at it. I'm like, finish what your dad started. So back with Arrow, we got Slade coming back, obviously, because you get Mono Bennett back and you have Slade Wilson. So yes, we're gonna have him there. Looking forward to that. I saw somewhere that they're trying to work the Huntress back in.
Don't do it. What's the point?
Well, I say it this way. I'm fine with them doing it if it's not a ongoing, find a way to finish it. Because it did feel kind of, it's one of those characters. It's like when, Deathlock hasn't been back on Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you're just like,
no, it's not, because Deathlock mattered. She was in 2 episodes.
Damn it. Okay.
Deathlock had a whole character arc. We got to see her mad twice. This like no.
Right, you're fine.
If
You're
they
right,
brought her
you're
back, she needed a payday. She's not integral to the story. I don't want to like. I get it if you bring her back as an old folks like old timey day, but like.
Well,
She's not a character who had a lasting impact on the show. Any of the characters on it.
I'll put it this way: I'll bring Roy back.
Okay, so that's happening.
Huh?
That's happening.
That is happening. They're finally going to bring Roy back. Okay.
Well, that's the rumor.
Okay. Like, oh wait, that's one thing we didn't talk about. Do you think Theo lived?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I mean, the only reason why I question it is because they were having a hard time justifying having her on the show sometimes. Like, here's the thing: I love Thea, and I'm hoping she's not gone. But if you're looking for a way to, cull the herd a little bit, blowing up an island is an easy way to clear up some cap space. Just saying. So, yeah, but I hope Thea's back. I don't think she's gone either. Like I think they're purposely not showing a Thea and Felicity for effect, but we know they're both coming back as well. So, they also said Vigilante's back too. Yeah, that was a mystery that's still haunting us. I think that's going to be a good kind of mini boss big bad to start the season. Right, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm glad that they. I'm actually kind of glad that they played with our emotions last season, then revealed that Adrian Chase wasn't Vigilante. And then that they never revealed who he was. That was actually pretty good. I would love to see more of that. I would love to see more setting up things for future seasons that don't have to be answered right then and there. So I thought that was a really great thing. Last thing before we move on to Legend of Tomorrow, I already kind of know your answer on this, but I'm thinking about doing a Black Lives Matter episode. That's all I need to hear. You're good. No, that's all we need. I'll save my outrage for when it's earned. I just needed to hear the sigh. That's all I wanted. I've already said. I'll say it again. If you didn't hear the insanity check, first of all, you don't have two things. One, you don't have the writing room. So when you already tell me you have to bring somebody in, it already tells me don't do it. And it ties into that. Having the conscience to say we should bring someone in. Well, so I was okay with that until I thought about it. I'm like, wait, if you're having to bring somebody in, that means technically you're not already in the mindset for it. Because I don't. You're just not equipped to tell it. I see what you're saying, but also let's also maybe these are professionals who might realize their own storytelling limitations, and while they might be in the mindset for it, they're going to have the ability to convey what they want to convey. Well, and the other thing too is like I don't think that it's not like the gun control issue where you just do an episode. If you're gonna go with a Black Lives Matter like topic or theme, that is a season long. That is a fundamental change of your show. You can't just do a one and done. It's a mentality. It's a belief system. Like it's something that has to permeate throughout your entire show. Not just that show, but I would say your entire universe now. Like it gets messy. I just say, hey, keep it simple, stupid, don't do it. Like, don't bring that heat on you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stay in your lane. It's okay. Like this I agree with. Like it's just one of those. You're not gonna do it right. People didn't like the gun episode, which I think we both said, hey, we enjoyed it. There are people who didn't like the gun episode, so I'm like, that was just guns. I mean, that's polarizing. But good God, we just had. One of the things you guys didn't hear in our pre-episode recording was Dpalm complaining about how he wants to stick to sports on unanimous decision, but he can't. So, like, I'm just saying, don't step on that lane, man, guys. Just leave it alone. Don't do it. Don't do that shit. So, speaking of next show we got here, dude, I think the show I'm rooting for the most, I think I'm kind of most excited for is Legends of Tomorrow. I'm not rooting for Legends because it doesn't need me to root for it. I'm rooting for Flash the hardest. This one I'm like, oh, they found their lane. They're good. Like, dude, they're going to put Grodd on Legends of Tomorrow. Oh, yeah. They're going to have Grodd. This is going to be great. Captain Cole coming back. Damien Dark is back. Like Legend of Tomorrow's done Damien Dark better than Arrow did when they had Damien Dark on there. They're going to bring his daughter in, Eleanor. I'm like, it's just, they're actively trying to get Matt Ryan's Constantine. Like, guys, I think I think Legends of Tomorrow might be on it, yo. Like
Legends of Tomorrow's the one it's the one we don't worry about.
Like Legends.
Mark that in the S column.
I spoke last year about how much I thought that Arrow was the best show last season, stuff like that. But honestly, it might have been like Legend of Tomorrow was either just as good or maybe a little even better. Just had a shorter season, but I remember last time when we reviewed it, every time we had a complaint about Legends of Tomorrow, then literally the next episode they answered it. Like the only time that's ever happened to us before was Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right.
Where we were like, oh man, I'm not sure how I feel about this. And then Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. next episode goes, oh no, we knew we did it on purpose. Here's what's going on with that. That's what Legend of Tomorrow was for us last year. They found their footing. I'm really excited for it. I am kind of mad they're bringing ISIS in, and I kind of want my guy.
Who?
I want Black Adam to be around too.
We'll talk about that when you talk about the crossover, Chris. You know you're getting Black Adam. Just relax.
Are we? You think so?
I think it's on the table. I thought when they were doing, first time I heard it announced it was Earth S, and I was like, oh shit, they're doing Shazam. And then they said, I heard it was X. I was like, oh, well.
Well, no. Her character is actually going to be a part of the team. I don't think she's.
No, I'm saying, I didn't mean like Black Adam on the team. I mean, you might get to see him this season.
Oh yeah. I mean that would. Yeah, I'm actually very, like I said, I'm really excited about this. About what they did with Legends. I don't know how they're gonna. Oh, and I also love the fact that what they're apparently doing with Rip Hunter is they realized that, hey, you got to have Rip Hunter around there, but he's not captain, and he doesn't work well as a captain. So they're putting him as a time bureau, and he's going to be kind of not off on the side, but he's not running the team. Which, again, this is a show that heard the complaints. They put it together for season 1. They saw what worked, saw what didn't work, realized that, hey, everybody's saying Sarah Lance should be Captain Sarah Lance. We're going with that. And it works. And I think Rip Hunter is, like, when Rip Hunter came back last season, I actually liked him.
Yep.
I actually enjoyed it. I was like, oh, wait, you're not Captain material. This isn't your thing. So, yeah, I'm really excited for how they're going to do that. And this kind of goes into our last thing here. The crossover.
I want everyone who is mad about Captain America to get just as mad about them putting Nazis on television.
Because that's what the Ray is. Like, it's crossing over with CWC's The Ray. Did they cast? Because that's an animated show, so I guess they cast somebody to be the Ray. But that is a hold on. Hey man, I'm getting something in the background.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm getting that in the background here.
Is that?
Yeah, he was picking that up. But yeah, they're crossing over that show, and when they premiered they gave the teaser trailer for it at San Diego Comic-Con. Yeah, Mom, they're Nazis.
Yeah, that's what Earth X is. So for everyone who doesn't know, like the pre-crisis, all the Earths had like names, a little like Earth S was the Shazam universe. Earth X is the home of Uncle Sam and the Freedom Fighters, where the World War II never really ended.
Yeah, you see, like you see, and I think they in the cover it seems like they might be trying to change what some of the characters are, but in the show, that is Nazi Oliver Queen, that is Nazi Kara Danvers. It is they're not. It's Nazi Barry Allen, like
yep.
They're Nazis. They're like that's what it is on the show. It seems like on the little crossover poster they're doing, they're changing some things around. So the Nazi Flash, it looks like it might be Eobod. And
it's not.
You think it's gonna be Barry?
I think it's gonna be Barry.
Yo, what if they make it Wally? That's how you get Wally back in the show.
Look at you. Find a loophole for your favorites.
Yeah, how do you get Wally back in the show? He's got the yellow one. I'm just saying.
Goodness.
Oh, but look. If they make Wally a Nazi.
Yo, son. The think pieces. I'm already annoyed. If they make Wally a Nazi, that's the argument on why they shouldn't be 280 characters on Twitter. I don't want to hear it.
Dude, here's the thing. I'm fine with it. I'm
not fine with it just because I know what's going to happen.
Well, you guys know me. Some men like to see the world burn, so there's that. But no, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it just as a concept because I was fine also with the Hydra Cap stuff and everything else because, if the story's good, I don't care. But again, it's going to be interesting seeing how that stuff gets treated because I think somebody even pointed out when you look at the Reverse Flash on the cover, he has the double lightning bolts.
Yep.
It's a bold choice there, Cotton. Let's see how it worked out for him. Yeah.
We better find out. Y'all are mad Cap was a Nazi? Okay.
Good luck with that one. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm.
And at least they're finally marrying these two assholes.
That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, I'm all. And again, I think it happens 5 episodes in. Good. Let's get it over with. Get it done with.
Get it over with, and then free everyone up to tell their stories for the year.
Yep. For everybody, tell the story for the year, and put Eobot's hand through Iris's head. I'm sorry.
You're the worst.
I had to get it in. I gotta warm
Marvel.
I gotta warm up to my blame Kriss. All right, so let's get into Marvel stuff. So the first one, obviously, we're gonna start and it's this Friday. Comes the first 2 episodes, Inhumans, and so my first thing is there any way to save this show even if the season gets better? And what I mean by that is, no matter how we feel about those first 2 episodes or any of the episodes going on, has the damage been done already through
PR?
Through PR. I mean, because again, it's beyond just the interviews with the IMAX. It started with the image, which was a terrible image. Then it was the terrible trailer. Then there was when Jeff Lowe was at different things for press, and he was very antagonistic with the press and wasn't trying to answer questions and wasn't he didn't do them any favors. Then the bungled IMAX release, where clearly they shouldn't have put it in IMAX. That just was never going to go well. And now we're stumbling into it appearing on ABC, even down to the idea of they had this this rumor going around that it might not even get a season 2. Never knew if it was even going to get a season 2. So they're already thinking about canceling the show. It turned out that was false, but still, like, can this show, no matter what happens, let's say it gets better in episode 3. Because, again, most people who are reviewing it have only seen the first 2 episodes.
And you know what? There are people I've listened to who actually don't feel as bad about the first 2 episodes.
Exactly. Well, but the thing about that is, too, is, and it might be one of those, not reverse psychology things, but, like, if all you've heard is negative things about a show, your expectations are already in the gutter. So when you see it and it is not there, hey, it's not as bad as people are saying. Like, I've seen that before too, but is that going to be enough for this show? I'm very interested in seeing what I see on Friday, because I'll be honest, I have not been feeling anything I've seen. Like, I saw another extended trailer, and it did nothing for me.
You know what? I've actually liked the stuff I've seen. I haven't hated it. I'm not predisposed to liking or hating. People are cheering for Marvel to fail.
Well, that's obvious.
And so, remember they also told me Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was bad, so we'll see.
Valid.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. finally got good. Like, nah, motherfucker, you just started paying attention. Well, and I can't trust those same opinions.
I can't trust anybody that says it either. Like, what I don't like is people who have been saying Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D's finally gotten good, but they've been saying that since halfway through season 1. So you've been repeating the same thing every season. It didn't just finally get good because you said that last season, and then you said the season before that. It's like, no, I can't. So you're right. Like, there's definitely an aspect of this that is people that have been rooting. Like, when I was seeing people complain about, say, oh yeah, it finally failed, the worst box office for any MCU film. I'm like, it's a TV show. Like, did we care about the box office? Because I know I didn't. I wasn't thinking about the box office. Once I was like, you know what? If I don't get a screener for it, I'm just gonna wait until it comes on TV.
Right.
Like it's just like you're showing the same episodes on TV that you're showing in IMAX. Why would I pay extra money for that shit? It doesn't make any sense. It's like, so you're right. I think there are definitely people rooting for it. After doing our Inhumans Character Corner, which by the way, go to the Character Corner, subscribe to that, listen to our Inhumans Character Corner. I will say that the Marvel, it feels like they're pulling a lot of. Cause I saw a later trailer. It seems like they're pulling some of the stuff straight from the Marvel Knights Inhuman series, the 12 issues. So we're definitely pulling some stuff from there. And the question I have is, so are they going to do the Alpha Primitive stuff?
I don't know. We're going to see.
Because here's the thing, didn't Hive already do that?
Yes, they did. They called them Alpha Primitives.
Yeah. So again, that's where my disconnect comes from. It's like, I don't get the same feeling I get from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Inhumans. They don't feel like, it doesn't feel like Inhumans is built off of what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been doing. And it feels like it's very separate. And I know they're different showrunners, different people involved here. But it just does not feel like the same people are in. It doesn't feel like the same company, to be perfectly honest. It feels less than, and you would think than going with the royal family and the Inhumans that they wanted the IMAX release. I would think they would go a little bit better than this. The last thing I have here is, do you think? Because I know that this was so let's say this fails. Let's say Inhumans fails. Do you think Kevin Feige is waiting for this to fail so he can give the James Gunn to crack at it in the MCU Cosmic?
I think it's weird because what do we consider fail? Like, if they air all the episodes, it's not a failure.
Yeah, I mean,
if they have a one-season story and they tell it and it doesn't get picked up, that's not a failure.
All right, let's say take failure out of it. Do you think Kevin Feige is waiting for the Inhumans to free up to give it to James Gunn?
No.
Okay. You don't think they're going to try to use it for the Marvel Cosmic?
I think the Inhumans are less important to Marvel than we all want them to think they are because, look, they're pushing humans. I think that it's a feint. I think with some of the cross promotion you've seen to The Gifted, I'm not saying they're coming home, but I think that there's space for that.
Oh, you're an X-Men truther now.
I'm not an X-Men truther. I'm not an idiot. But I do think that if they do this, there's a way into this. Mm-hmm. And it was never going to be Inhumans. Because people say, they were trying to replace Inhumans and Mutants. Mutants and Inhumans, excuse me. X-Men was the largest selling comic book of all time in 1992. Mm-hmm. It topped the charts through the 80s. It's one of the most popular properties in the world. Inhumans was never going to be that.
Oh no! So but I'm thinking is because I mean, like you said, when we said in our character corner, the Inhumans are at their best where they're cosmic. You have James Gunn over here working on a bunch of cosmic Marvel stuff.
Yeah, but Inhumans. Once they said television, it was never going to be cosmic.
So you don't think that they'll try to shift it back?
We will be Earthbound the entire Inhuman series.
Oh no! I know this. I know this. And I'm not even talking about TV series. Okay. Let's say they do their 8 episodes. They're done, and ABC and Marvel say we're not going to do a second season.
Okay.
So now the characters. You don't think at some point that they kind of put some of those elements into Cosmic Marvel and use some of these Inhuman characters?
You can't because none of these are movie stars.
Okay. And you'd
have to significantly recast.
Okay. No, that was my one hurdle because I was thinking that they could do that as well. And
it's the same reason that people are like, why aren't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people showing up in Avengers? I go, because they don't fucking matter.
Yeah, and that's where they didn't cast a bunch of. And again, hey, people come from TV to movie all the time, so
of course, but you can't do it you can't have a TV ensemble carry a movie.
Yeah, it's just you're right.
No one in this cast has ever opened a movie ever anywhere. Ever.
Well, maybe it's not you do that. Maybe you bring them into somebody else's movie. Again, I don't know. Like I said,
But
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on
You're
that.
paying day rates on television
You're
actors.
right. Hey, you're absolutely right. Like I said, that my one hurdle has always been that by going this route, it's going to be really hard to get them back up to the top. The same reason why
it was never going to be a movie. I don't think.
Okay. All right.
Because there's no. All right, hey Chris, you've done a lot of the reading. What's that one definitive Inhuman story?
You're right. You're right. I mean, Secret Invasion, maybe.
Oh, that's not an Inhuman only story. Though.
No, it's not. But I'm saying it's not. But that, again, you could use those characters in that. Like I said, I'm not saying. Yeah. I'm not. Just to be clear, I'm not saying there's going to be an Inhuman movie. You know, I'm saying maybe you have some of these characters show up at some point. But again, it gets down to the idea of just they'd have this. They're not. I was watching a video of like Gorgon, and I'm just like, that is not TV. That is so TV. That is not movie. It's just
right. Yeah, exactly. And it's hard to ask an audience once I've seen you be cheap to go be expensive.
Right. It's just. But hey, you know what? You know what? To be fair, again, this is going back in the time, and I know it was different back in the day. I mean, they did do it with Star Trek. You know, I mean, could you do it?
Did you just compare a show that you tacitly said might fail to Star Trek making the jump to film?
I mean, technically, the Star Trek TV show.
Let's move on.
Wait. Technically, the Star Trek TV show only got 2 seasons and technically failed. It did. No.
It occupied a much larger piece of the cultural zeitgeist than Inhumans.
Oh no. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But I'm also saying that you also had a bunch of TV stars that also got into movies and they made it work. Again, I'm just saying.
William Shatner's on line 1 and he is pissed.
Well, he's pissed about it. Well, if you follow William Shatner on Twitter, he's pissed about a lot of things. He is definitely
very angry man.
He is definitely shit your dad says. He is definitely that guy in real life.
You know what? It's since Nimoy died.
Damn.
Since Nimoy died. Because they weren't on good terms when he died.
Damn. Yo, you kind of just fucked me up with that. No, you're right. No, you're absolutely.
You know Leonard Nimoy's in Fringe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I need you to watch it.
Damn, I was hoping I'd get an entire podcast without you bring that.
Nope.
Like when you got me earlier about Young Justice, I was like, I'm like, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. He's not gonna. He didn't really. He's like, and you were like, oh, there's other things you didn't watch. I'm like, don't say it. I'll say it. I have literally been putting this off for 3 years, guys. Like this is at this point, it's a running joke.
It's not a running joke. It's actually making.
It is dead. He's dead serious about this, and so are other people. I'm going to get so many emails about this. I'm going to get people to hit me up on Twitter now about this. I know I am. Thanks, Dpalm. You know what the sad thing about it is? I want to say at the end of last season's shows, I said, "Hey guys, I finally have time to watch Fringe."
You did. You really did.
I did.
And I was like, "Do you want me to buy it for you?" You go, "No, I'll buy it."
I was like, "No, I got it. It's fine. I looked it up. I'm okay." And shit happened. I'm sorry. You know, what can I say? We got a new site. It was either a new site or me watch Fringe.
Don't make me choose. You won't like the choice.
I know. That's why I didn't. You know what? This is why I didn't ask you. This is why I didn't. This is why I had to make the executive decision to get the new site.
Let's talk about the Marvel show we're excited about.
Yes, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And so an article came out today talking about how ABC almost didn't want to renew it, and Disney was like, "You're gonna renew our baby. This is what you're gonna do. You are going to renew that show."
You know what? And not to be like super conspiratorial, why would that article ever come out if it was true? If it really was a behind the scenes back and forth on bringing back this show, why would it ever come out? It makes everyone look bad.
Yeah.
Unless you're just unless you drop the story the same week you drop the teaser image the week before New York Comic Con to build hype.
Oh yeah. Yeah, get it in there. Because again, we don't have a lot of information on Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. season.
Perfect. I don't want to know a thing.
Me either. I'm really excited. I'm hoping we get to talk to the cast next week at New York Comic Con. I'm hoping some more news comes out there. Again, last season, hands down, my favorite of the comic book shows we review and easily the best. I mean, the way they broke up the seasons, like each season had its arc and then they all tied back in together. It was a masterclass in telling a story and doing. This is the best use of 22 episodes we've seen in a long time. And again, I'm saying this as a person who loved all the other previous seasons of Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. This was the best use of 22 episodes we've seen in a long fucking time. A lot of shows now are moving to 10, 13, maybe even 16 episodes, but very, very few are staying with the 22. And Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. did it, and they had there was not a wasted episode in that 22.
Nope.
Every episode mattered. It is a masterclass. I am really, really excited for this show to come back. Yeah, like here's the thing. I'm even okay with the idea of maybe this is gonna be their last season. Okay, as long as they know it's their last and they write it that way, I'm fine. Like as far as I'm concerned, this has already been a successful show. We're 4 seasons in. Shit, the start, Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, I think, got 7 seasons. So we ended 5 with Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's a win to me. I'm fine.
Big win.
I'm happy. I'm fine. I'm okay with it.
And it's 5 of greatness.
And it's 5 great seasons. I will buy the box set when it comes out. Like it is a done deal. I'm okay. Like I'm in. Yeah. Do you have any theories about where they are at the end? Because at the end of the last season, we see Coulson basically waking up in space. Any idea of? I'm
not even going to speculate. This is one of those things. Where, like, remember the day we stopped giving out grades for this show?
Yeah,
that's where I am. But whatever. I'm here for the ride. I'll be the guy at the back with his hands up the entire time.
Yeah. I've heard people say Sword, but isn't Sword doesn't Fox own them?
We had this conversation because it launched in an X-Men book.
Yeah,
but it was also tied retroactively historically to Shield.
Okay.
So
who knows?
We'll have to see. I mean, they can still do Shield. They can call it Shield in space. Like you don't have to call it Sword. Like
right.
I think it'd be funny if they start making fun of the acronyms. Like that could be a good little bit with Coulson. But
right.
beyond that, like. What's the Sentient Worlds Observation and Research Division? Like, yeah, that's interesting. But then, again, television budget. We're not going to go to a bunch of foreign planets. We're just not.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, they're coming back down to Earth.
I think it's tied. I honestly think that Inhumans ends with them going back to the blue area of the moon, and that Coulson's mission is to spy on them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And or maybe they're coming off the mission of spying. We were spying, now we're going back home. Mm-hmm. Like something. I think they're gonna tie it together a bit more elegantly than we think they are. Right. I hope.
You're talking about to Inhumans, so
yeah,
me too. But
because I think that having a backbone tied to a show that's that successful could only help Inhumans.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they need to. I think there's one of the things that again is why the Inhuman things always kind of felt off to me. When they announced Inhumans, we got really excited, and then all of a sudden they were like, well, it's not going to really tie into Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And you're like, what the fuck are you thinking? It has to. You've literally been building.
I think people have commented that, and I haven't seen the latest show, but one of them shows like Terrigenesis and shows some crystals. So there's obviously going to be some.
There's obviously
if not explicit, but at least implicit ties to the show.
Exactly, and like I said, it has to be. So I don't have a lot of. I haven't. The Agent Shield is one of the things I don't like to look up a lot of stuff on it anyway. So I don't know. I'm here for the ride. I'm in. Just let me know when we get started on that shit. So we have that, and I didn't have this in our notes, but I mentioned it earlier before. I'm gonna check out The Gifted on Monday.
Damn it, Kriss!
I have some. Look. I have some interviews I'll hopefully put out over the weekend that we did at San Diego Comic-Con on some of the cast of The Gifted. Like everything, the trailers look really good. I like what I was hearing. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm not saying you need to review it with me. I'm saying that I might get some other people who are watching it to review it, and we'll do it 3 episodes at a time.
You watch 4, and then you come back to me.
Okay, I'll do 4. I'll do 4. All right, that's fine. That makes sense.
You watch 4. Talk to me. You know what I didn't do? I still didn't watch Legion.
Yeah, I haven't either. So that's why I'm not sure how if they're even tying those together. But I heard really good things about Legion. I waited for Legion. I heard and look, the good. I was telling people, it's like, look, I'm gonna hold off on Legion until the entire, because you guys are saying it's good, but you're saying it after 1 episode, and I don't trust that shit. People finished that entire season, still said it was good, so I was like, okay, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try. I got you, man. We're gonna get off of this in a second. I'm gonna try the Gifted just off the strength of people liking Legion. So we'll see.
4%. 4 weeks. I need 4 episodes in the can.
Yeah.
You tell me thumbs up. Like, don't even describe it. Thumbs up, thumbs down. And honestly, if it's that good, you know how I feel about things. If it's that good, grab me early.
Right. So,
like, if it's that good, you're like, all right, you need to watch this.
Yeah, we'll see how much. Like I said, Monday.
And if you're wrong, then I'm going to remind Susan about you telling us that Batman vs Superman wasn't that bad and how much she actually doesn't like you.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. almost didn't get an invite to the wedding. So, yeah. So, all right, folks, there you guys have it. Again, Dpalm's phone is dying. It's time to get out of here. Again, make sure you subscribe to Super Tuesday Recap. Subscribe to the feed. We've got lots of stuff coming out here. Leave us a 5-star review. If you want to get stuff for comic book stuff, MailBag. MailBag at mtrnetwork.net. Email is there for the MailBag episodes for comic books.
I reserve the right to make fun of your stupid questions if I think they're stupid.
Yes.
Maybe not on air. Maybe just in private, but still.
Yeah. Well, we laugh. We laugh at some of your emails.
We laugh.
We do. We're not good people. We're not good people.
We're never claimed to be, though.
We never pretend to be either. So, yeah. Oh, hoodies are coming out. I'm hoping by this weekend my sample hoodies come in. The MTR Network hoodies are coming out onto the store. So go to store.mtrnetwork.net. Buy your hoodies there. Again, folks, strap in. It's going to be a long fucking winter and spring. Fall, winter, and spring. All right, folks. Thank you guys very much for listening. Until next time, we're out of here. Peace.